Hey beautiful people, today I just want to try out some dirty tricks and traps that I showed you in my last video that was titled 3 Fried Liver Attack Alternatives. If you guys didn't watch that, trust me, you are missing out. You really need to watch that tutorial video if you want to become a better e4 player. So today I just want to challenge 2 random chess players on Lichess to see if those ideas that I covered can work in practical games. So spoiler alert, whoever I'm going to meet, my plan is to play the Sarrat Variation that of course begins with the Italian opening where black plays the top played move in the Lichess database. Even in the Masters database, bishop c5, which is the main area of my interest, and my goal is to beat my opponent very early in the opening with the move pawn to d4. There are so many traps that are behind this move, you guys. I just want to take on f7 and make black lose his right to castle, for example, after d4. And let's say black plays the top played move in the Masters database and even in the Lichess database, e takes d4. I'm going to play knight g5, targeting the weak f7 pawn so that if they defend on h6, I sacrifice my knight and then make black lose his right to castle and go queen h5 check. After pawn to g6, I can go queen d5 check, make the king go back, or maybe king g7, it doesn't matter, after which I take the bishop. And what do I achieve here? First of all, I disturbed all of black's plans to play the normal Gyoko piano, and secondly, I just messed up black's pawn structure on the king side. The king is too exposed. My simple plan is to push pawn to h4 and h5 later on, open up the king side completely, and maybe someday I'm going to castle long after developing my minor pieces from the queen side. So I want to be in control of the game. But hey, even though there are so many games that reach this position, as you can see in the Lichess database, the game can go in different ways depending on my opponent's responses. So let's see what my opponents can play against my Sarrat variation of the Scotch Gambit. And make sure to hit the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I feel so encouraged reading your comments, you guys. When we reach 50,000 subscribers, I plan to start streaming a lot because that's when I'll know that you guys are interested in my content. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, I'm having white pieces playing against a 2163 rated opponent. Okay, so e5, knight to f3. Wow, he is playing so fast. Bishop c4 anyways. Oh, there we see the 2 knights defense. Knight g5. Finally, if d5, I'm go. Okay, so d5 takes. Can I play the fried liver attack here? Or maybe I should just stick to my Lolli Attack, which I presented 2 days ago, I think. Okay, so the Lolli move is pawn to d4, you guys. There are a lot of traps behind this move, and you need to watch this. Okay, so pawn to h6 is a weird move, and I don't remember covering this move. Something is fishy here. By the way, the whole purpose of playing pawn to d4 is to pave way for my dark squared bishop. I explained all this in my tutorial video. You need to watch that. So I think h6 is a mistake. I just need to take on f7, sacrifice my knight on f7 because I have queen f3. Yeah, sacrificing my knight makes a lot of sense because my king is not exposed. So knight takes f7 sacrifice. Yep. So you may think of the Lolli Attack as the delayed fried liver or something like that. I have queen f3 coming, by the way. One advantage with the Lolli Attack is that my dark squared bishop is open. So queen f3 check, targeting the knight. Okay, so now I have to play knight c3, I guess. Yeah, putting more pressure on the knight. If knight b4. Oh, okay, so black just played knight back to e7. I was thinking he was going to play knight b4 anyway, so take on d4, but after knight takes d4, I had knight takes d4, bishop takes d5 with check, and then later on put my queen on d3, protecting my c2 pawn. So this is what I covered in my last video on the Sarrat variation. So my opponent played knight e7 anyways. I guess the move here is just to castle short, or maybe queen e4 or take on e5. I remember covering one of these moves. I think it was pawn takes on e5. Yeah, because queen e4 doesn't make sense. So d takes e5. I have bishop f4 coming, castle long if I want. Or maybe probably put my dark squared bishop on e3. I don't have to rush for anything here. I mean, black's king is still on the center, so I'm sure if I was to put this on Stockfish, Stockfish would favor my position. Okay, pawn to c6. I think it is high time to cast a short, yep. So next I want to play rook e1. b5. I think let me just maintain the pin. Bishop b3, still maintaining the... Wow. So king d7 by black. My opponent is playing very fast, yet he is making poor moves, I should say. Bishop takes, if pawn takes. Yeah, so queen takes, check. I'm winning the rook on a8. Yeah, so that's just a free rook. Bishop b7. I think let me take the pawn on a7. I don't have to take the queen. I still have an attack going. So queen takes a7. You guys, my life is so good now. Okay, so queen d5. There's a checkmate on g2. I need to play queen a5 check first. And maybe play pawn to f3 next. Yeah, to avoid the checkmate on g2. Next, I want to put my dark squared bishop on e3, given a chance. Okay, g5, bishop e3. Black should have played something like bishop c5 check. Okay, queen takes e5, queen a7 check. King c7, rook at d1. I want to give a check on b6 next. Let's see what black is going to do here. Okay, so bishop d6 is a blunder, I think, because I have queen b6 check. And maybe I'm going to win the light squared bishop or the dark squared bishop for free. Okay, so king c8, I think rook takes. Next, I want to line up my rooks, create a battery along the d file, and checkmate black. Okay, so rook e8, I think I need to defend my bishop, and then rook fd1. Rook fd1, I will mate black if he is not careful on d8. Okay, yeah, so rook takes, checkmate. Okay, so that was impressive. Oh, I was very slow. I checkmated my opponent with 6 seconds. But that should not stop you guys from subscribing to my channel or hitting the like button or doing both. Anyways, let's move on to the next game and see how my performance is going to be. Anyways. Okay, next game. Who am I playing against? Is it myself? Okay, an 1800 rated player. Again, e4, e5. And one thing that I've noticed about these guys is that they like playing very fast. Anyways, finally we have bishop c5, pawn to c3 or pawn to d3 is not the idea. If you watched my last video on the Sarrat variation, you already know the move in this position. Obviously, the move is pawn to d4 right away, but you can also cast a short if you want to play normally. But let's just follow what I taught you guys in the Sarrat variation, pawn to d4. The correct move, by the way, is bishop takes d4. Okay, so black just took with a knight. He was supposed to take with a bishop, not with a knight. Pawn takes or knight takes is a long-term positional mistake, and I discussed all these things in my last video, you guys. So I'm sure if my opponent watched my last video, he wasn't going to fall for this or what you're about to see, you guys. Let me know what you think is the best move for white in this position, just to see if you haven't forgotten what I taught in my last video, you guys. Leave your answers in the comment section down below. Just take a break and think about this position. What did we say? What are you supposed to do in this position? What do you see? Anyways, the move is knight takes e5. Just be simple, you guys. Yeah, pawn to b4 is also a side move that you can consider. So knight takes e5. Anyways, the idea is just to target the weak f7 pawn, as you can see with my bishop and my knight. If knight h7, I can just take that knight, mess up black's pawn on the king side, and take the pawn on f7 next. So black's position is already cramped. You can see he doesn't have moves. Maybe queen e7, but I can just take on f7 still. I mean, if queen e7, bishop takes f7, check, and take the knight on g8. Okay, so there we see pawn to d5. I said this is a blunder, it's a mistake. This is just a free pawn, so bishop takes d5, and there's still a threat. Okay, so bishop e6. All these are weird moves, according to my brainchild. Okay, I have pawn to c3, not taking, because if I take the bishop, black can take with his knight. So pawn to c3, attacking the knight. If bishop takes, I'm going to take his knight. I don't have a problem. Okay, pawn to c6. I think I still need to take the knight on d4, yes, and I didn't see this, but I think this is okay. Bishop b4 check. I think king f1 is the way to go. My king is very safe on f1. No piece can attack my king. So bishop takes. I guess I have to take the bishop. Yep. So e takes d5. If c takes d5, I have queen a4 check and win the dark squared bishop. Okay, so queen takes d5. I thought I was going to win the free bishop, but anyways, knight c3. If bishop takes, I'm gonna take with my pawn. So let me remove that. Okay, so now my pawns are well fixed on the center, cast along by black. I think this is when I'm supposed to develop my queen. Yeah, queen g4 check with tempo. Now I'm about to win the g7 pawn for free, and I have all these highlighted ideas in mind: c4, bishop e3, rook ac1, and queen takes g7, obviously. If king b8, I'll just take the pawn. Yep, so queen takes g7. That pawn was free. So knight e7 by black. Let me take, yeah, queen takes f7. They can't take me. I have knight takes f7, double attacking the rooks. Okay, so knight g6. I think rook b1. Rook b1 teaming up with my queen. I have a checkmate on b7. Black has to be very careful here. Let's hope it's not going to, hangmate in one. Okay, pawn to b6. I think let me just exchange queens. Why not? I mean, I'm ahead in development. Oh, he has rook takes. Okay, rook takes. I have pawn to c4, bishop e3 next. Oh, knight takes c6 check and win the rook. I just found this on the board right now. This is the beauty of, playing well with your pieces. Great piece coordination. Okay, so now that's a blunder. I'm winning the rook. And okay, so black just resigned. I think I played well this game as compared to my previous game. Anyways, allow me to appreciate and thank the following patrons who sponsor my channel and some of the extra works that I do on Patreon: Vivek, Mike, Alan, Bassam, Adrian, David, Dwayne, Sean, Eric, and the rest of the guys that you are seeing on the screen right now. You can see the list goes on and on. These are the guys who keep this channel running and active. Out of their love, they support our cash purchase group financially. I give them extra materials that I don't post on YouTube. To thank all of these guys in style, thank you for supporting my channel once again. And yep, one of my supportive members is Samson Simpson. Thank you guys. If you want to become part of the cash purchase community, you can simply follow me on Patreon and become a member. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, let me know what you think about this opening called the Sarrat Variation. I have played this in a real rapid tournament, by the way, because obviously I don't play serious classical matches nowadays because of my other work and academic obligations. But anyways, that's just about life. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and check out my courses at www.cashpurchase.com and follow me on Patreon for more extra videos that I don't post on YouTube due to people's low attention span on this platform. And see you in my next video. Until next time, bye bye.